And the same is true with the roofs. If the water is standing there, the moisture is there, is you're going to continue potentially get moisture exposure to the fascia boards, to the rafters, to the beams. And these are structural elements of the roofs that is not very easy to repair. It's like in order to properly repair, you literally have to take the entire roof
Yeah.
off. And this is the exercise that you don't want to do every every 20, 25 years. So you are much better off when it comes down to managing the rainwater, do the preventative efforts as opposed to be reactive and dealing with the damage through the repairs or the replacement.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest, Aleks Krylov with Stern Gutters out of South Orange, New Jersey. They do roofing, gutter design and installation, roof and gutter inspections, heating systems, and much more. Thank you for joining us today, Aleks.
Thanks, Dylan. Great to be here on the show.
Now, when we talk specifically about the roofing space, gutter design, right, these are spaces that I would think you would see a lot of meshing and a lot of overlap in. But I've been surprised when we were talking about this before the show, just because people are involved in one segment of the space doesn't automatically mean they do, gutter design or roofing, right?
We do see a lot of, clear differentiation. Roofers do the roofs and gutter professionals do the gutters. And we found that there is a value add to the homeowners or the small commercial property owners when we bring systemic thinking to both installing as well as servicing roofing and gutters. And while we started as a gutter-centric company doing installations and maintenance on the gutters, we evolved over the last year or so into a more systemic exteriors company, and we do roofing and siding work as well. And this systemic approach has allowed us to bring kind of more comprehensive rainwater or snow protection to the property owners.
Now, are you focused on the residential space versus the commercial, or are you at this point focused more on commercial?
The vast majority of our clients come from the residential space. However, we do receive phone calls from commercial property owners who we do not say no, and we'd like to grow into the commercial space as well.
Now, when we talk specifically about residential, roofs in New Jersey, I'm licensed in Texas. I grew up in New Jersey, as I mentioned to you before hopping on here. But I mean, I'm imagining there's specific issues that you see that may be New Jersey specific. Things like, due to the snow, for instance. And I know you got a lot of snow here recently, from what I've been told. That could have a damaging effect on roof and gutter systems.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Absolutely. This past winter has been very, very challenging. Lots of cold temperatures and large amount of snow that was sitting on properties' roofs. Many roofs in New Jersey are not designed to handle the snow on a permanent basis. As a result, due to lack of airflow in the attic, improper insulation, or just sheer design of the roof or the gutter systems, they end up capturing a lot of the snow. And when the snow goes into the cycle of thawing and then refreezing, it creates the so-called ice dams. And because the roofs are not necessarily designed to hold this amount of moisture in a more or less permanent state, this creates leakages. And the homeowners have been calling us quite a bit with requests to remove those ice dams to sort of stop the leaks if it's tracks. So this is one of the elements that we are discovering New Jersey is probably should be thinking more about. And when we're approaching the installation of the roofs that we do, we very much pay a lot of attention to how to protect the home from any risk associated with the ice dam. So extra ice and water protection, the way we lay out shingles, the way we lay out the drip edge, and how we connect the gutters. We try to minimize any potential downside related to the ice dams forming on the roofs.
Now, I've also heard, and I saw on the website, heating systems. I wasn't aware that there were heating systems. So is this something where, if people have dealt with issues on their roof and in their gutter, that they could install a heating system, which would, melt the ice so that it doesn't pile up in their gutters?
So indeed, and ironically, some states in the United States actually have a lot of experience with gutter heating systems, and we are working very closely with a manufacturer out of Minnesota. But yes, we do install the gutter heating systems, and there are a variety of them on the marketplace. Probably the most common ones and available off the shelf in the large box retailers are just repeated sort of tapes that you've seen running along the edge of the roofs. They're okay. They do some work, but to be truly effective, we actually been talking to the homeowners installing the heated plates along the first couple of rows of shingles, implementing the heated tape within the gutters and the downspouts. So you literally have this systemic thinking. It's just like not just the last row of shingles or the roof, but also the gutter system. You want the entire thing to be literally flowing when the temperatures are below freezing. So this is the systems that we've been pricing for many homeowners here in New Jersey.
Now, for folks who are looking at buying and selling, property, how much should they be looking at, the resilience of the roof to this type of, inclement weather? Because I think most of the time people aren't home shopping in the winter, right? Although they may be, I don't know. But, if you are home shopping in the summer, right, you might not be thinking about, well, how's this roof going to hold up in the snow? That might not be your first thought. But if you have a situation where the roof is maybe looks good on the outside, but may not be capable of handling long-term snow, could that potentially become a progressively more serious issue to where, it may look good on the outside, but now you're facing more serious issues down the line, even within a year or two?
Absolutely. And sort of, I would like to invite all the real estate professionals to remind current and the future homeowners that when they acquire the property, they're going to have to leave their boat during the summer and the winter. And the climate, has been evolving in New Jersey. We are getting significantly more extreme weather events. It's more aggressive thunderstorms, obviously somewhat extreme weather events in the winter as well, with a large amount of snow coming down. So the roof should be able to handle all of that. And, and if it's as an older roof, sometimes it just simply, the design was not there, or it was quote unquote built or designed with the weather patterns that was, present in New Jersey 20, 25 years ago. Um, so again, just remind my invitation to real estate professionals, remind the homeowners, it's a 12-month a year type of deal when you own a home,
Yeah.
and give us a call. We're happy to come out and conduct the inspection and just share some of the opinions. If there are possibly some quick ways, quick repairs that we can do to prepare the homes for extreme weather events, whether it's in the winter or the summer.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
We've been very proactive in advocating to install larger size gutters on the properties, and the marketplace have been positive in responding to the shift in the technology associated with the gutters. So yeah, and to the extent that we can be helpful to the real estate professionals or homeowners, and we can come out and share our opinion where the home can be quickly adapted to this to the new weather patterns, to be happy to do so. Before the show, we talked a little bit about how we conduct the gutter inspections, roofing inspections. For us, it's if we're doing this kind of on a daily basis, and we have the checklist that through which we normally run through. And we're happy to share the visual picture reports as well as the analytics, some of the thoughts and observations that we're happy to share with the real estate professionals or the homeowners, and they can take it from there, whether they choose to act on it or not.
I have a basic question, and this
Please.
just came to me as you were speaking just now. If you don't have a good gutter system in place, could this potentially, impact, your foundation or the roof, to where, and when you have snow, right, it's hard form, but then it's going to melt at some point. Do you see this ever becoming a greater issue with either the roof or the foundation, just due to, water being up against the home?
Absolutely. So let's start with the foundation, right? If the water is not being taken far away from the basement, you are running the risk that the water may end up inside of the house. Many New Jersey homes have sump pumps installed as a default, way of managing the moisture inside the basement. But obviously, the more water that is there, the higher the risk, and especially if it is during the inclement weather in the winter, where this moisture tends to freeze, expand, and as you start having the cracks in your foundation. So it's a potentially huge issue. And the same is true with the roofs. If the water is standing there, the moisture is there, you're going to continue potentially get moisture exposure to the fascia boards, to the rafters, to the beams. And these are structural elements of the roofs that is not very easy to repair. It's like, in order to properly repair, you literally have to take the entire roof
Yeah.
off. And this is the exercise that you don't want to do every 20, 25 years. So you are much better off when it comes down to managing the rainwater, do the preventative efforts as opposed to be reactive and dealing with the damage through the repairs or the replacements.
In New Jersey, and I know it's going to be tough to say, there's probably not one, general rule of thumb here, but how long can people be expecting their roofs to last? I've been speaking with some roofers in the Sun Belt who told me roofs are just not lasting as long as they used to, whether that's due to materials or what have you. How long can, if folks are buying a new home, can they expect their roof to last?
Excellent question. And it all depends. So there are basic asphalt shingle roofs, which is the kind of the dominant share of the marketplace. Technically, they're designed to last 20, 25 years, and sort of more kind of premium you go in the pricing of the shingle, the more reinforced structure the shingle has, and therefore longer life you can expect to actually get out of that roof. That being said,
if you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
what we've been observing is that the insurance companies are actually forcing homeowners to start thinking about replacement once the roof reaches the year mark of around 15 years old. They may not necessarily insist on it if it's between 15 to 20, but last year we did 2 roof replacements where literally insurance company were pointing the gun at the homeowner and says, you either replace your roof or we're dropping the coverage. So that element is happening. So if the materials, however, can last, it may be the circumstances from the insurance company that is forcing the homeowners to actually act on the replacement significantly sooner.
Yeah.
And then you get the other elements or the other materials that are used in roofing. Obviously, slate has a very long longevity. Metal roofs have extremely long longevity. So these are the elements that all needs to be considered when answering the question, how long the roofs last.
Now, you mentioned some different materials in the roof itself. I've seen, metal roofs, for instance, indestructible, but also I guess the heat barrier, it allows heat to go, through very quickly. Are you seeing, more people maybe gravitating towards some alternative materials in roofing, or is it pretty much the same old as far as roof design and materials?
It's not. The evolution in the material used for the roofing industry has been ongoing, like with everything else. We obviously gone through the huge green energy and energy efficiency evolution or revolution in the States, and the roof is a big part of that. The roofing materials have been evolving to be more reflective of the sun, and and New Jersey is just coming around and adopting some of the practices, in this energy efficient roof materials, and some manufacturers are responding to the market demand. It makes a huge difference in the power usage, potentially up to 10% in the overall heating and cooling cost if your color of the roof is reflective of the sunlight or not. Well, New
Yeah.
Jersey can get fairly warm in the summer, so this is a big aspect of it. But then the cost, right? Sometimes it's easier to have this conversation with the commercial property owners who are thinking, in terms of the yearly cost of maintenance, and they're taking their horizon in managing that property, over 30, 40, 50 years. With homeowners, it's sometimes very challenging to translate this into the cost per year. For them, it's a cash out of pocket right now.
That's right.
And, and therefore the immediate cost of the material that they have to spend right now, that's what dominates the conversation. So asphalt shingles by far is the most cost efficient material that you can get. And of course, there are 50 shades of gray when it comes down to the cost of a shingle. But, the longer lasting roofs like metal, like slate, or some alternative sort of combination of various roofing materials. If the homeowner is open to potentially higher cash expenditure outright at the very beginning, the cost of ownership of that roof can potentially be materially lower if you translate it over the life of the entire roof life horizon.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting discussion because I'm thinking about, I mean, you mentioned this is a cost right now. Yeah, we may need the roof, but also this is, $15,000, maybe more. Are you seeing people look at, and I'm thinking about this through my investor lens as a realtor, are people ever, taking out HELOCs or potentially refinancing their home to be able to pay for these types of repairs? Or is that really not on most folks' radar when they're having to, put some type of large cash outlay to make these repairs?
I'll be frank with you. I do not know. I do not have the data. We have a special financing packages that we make available to our clients through our partners, and they rely pretty much on their personal credit profile to get the terms and leverage those terms to get the financing. I have started having conversations with one partner who is thinking along the same lines that you are, and what if they can get the HELOC or some form of equity based financing vehicles, and potentially use that as a sort of pay for the roof, but we have some
Yeah.
other liquidations as well. Um, we have not worked out the sort of the full arrangement on that yet, but I'm actually curious to see where these conversations are going to go, and maybe a few months down the road, I'll have an update for you.
It's interesting because when people get to a certain point in homeownership, if they're not investors, right, and they're not thinking about buying a second property, third property as a rental, but this is their homestead, they've got to make some repairs. They don't have, however much money that they need to make these repairs. That's when these homes can get into disrepair and in disarray and become distressed assets. But if you've been living there for, 15 years, you're going to have equity in the home, right? Probably a substantial amount of equity. And so that type of thought, a home equity line of credit or cash out refi, I could see that being beneficial to folks in those circumstances. We are coming up on time here, though, Alex. Any new projects that you're working on? And then as well, what's the best way for folks to get in contact with your team?
Yeah. So I'm just going to recap of what we talked about. We have started as a gutter company. We have expanded doing, roofing projects, and I've done many of them over the last summer. And we are evolving and inviting the homeowners to think about the exterior elements and rainwater management holistically and systemically. And that's what we bring to the table. Yes, we can help with gutters, but we also can be a helpful thought partner around the roofing as well as the siding and some of the insulation work as well. With respect to getting in touch with us, we are at sternguttersnj.com or sternroofingnj.com. And our phone number is 973-298-0767. We take texts, we take phone calls, and you can always email me at alex@sterngutters.com.
Alex, thank you so much for taking the time today. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Dylan. This has been fun.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.